Welcome back, everybody. I wanted to do a quick rundown on our majors, just to kind of set it out there and kind of give you something to think about as we head into this week of trading. Today is June 24th, on Tuesday, and so we're gonna have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we got about 3 more days left of the trading week, and I just wanted to point some things out that I've noticed, and maybe it might help you, and we'll see what happens. All right, so let's get going because I don't want to waste any more of your valuable time. All right, so our first one up is we're going to get to is our S&P. Okay, and the S&P continues to push higher, but it's going to be running into some overhead resistance of the previous high that it made back in back over here. Now we did get rejected from this 61.47 area a few times, so be careful with that. Got a big rejection here and it sold off. All right, now we're back up trying it again. Okay, that's our S&P. Next up is going to be oil, and I'm sorry, Bitcoin is the next one up. Then we'll do oil. Okay, so Bitcoin keeps looking like it's running into some resistance and selling off, making lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so keep an eye on that. It had a nice sell off here where this bar just completely wiped this bar out, and then we had all this empty space in here, and so we pulled down, but then we got a nice little stop right around in here, right about 99,000, and then pushed back up into this area again. Okay, where our resistance was at around 107. So keep an eye on that on Bitcoin. I do believe we're going to continue to sell off in there, and 70,000 is probably where we're going to head to, but 88 may be a support area as well. So we just have to keep an eye on Bitcoin and see what happens with that. Okay, next up is going to be our oil. All right, now oil put in a nice huge sell-off over the weekend because of the bombing in Iran, and so I don't know. The word is that that might have been a problem, but there's any excuse to ring your register is a reason to ring your register, right? So anyhow, nice huge bar here. A little bit of a follow through, but not a lot. So keep an eye on that. I have a feeling oil is going to continue to sell off because it probably shouldn't have been pushing up here in the first place, but it did. So now it's coming back to where it really should be, based on the president's desire to drill and produce more oil. Next up is going to be our we got our E-mini again. We're retesting that high. Next up is going to be Ethereum, and Ethereum is kind of looking like Bitcoin with the selling off. Okay. All right, we got our gold, and gold is starting to look like it's getting weak as well, starting to sell off a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Maybe just a little bit of a pullback back into this area, retest this for some support. Traveling within this range here, so look to load up down around here and get out up here. As I said, just gives the indication it wants to continue to go higher. Then you hold on to what you got and act accordingly. Next up is natural gas, and natural gas is dealing with oil. It's kind of selling off too, but it's still within this uptrend that it was putting in. So look for this one to maybe come back down into this $3 area, look for some support, and then go back to retest. But it's all based on what our major oil and is doing in that game. All right, next up is Nasdaq, and Nasdaq, of course, S&P 500, and all the other ones are pushing higher. So keep an eye on that and retesting these previous highs, so they could turn on a dime. Then we got our silver pulling back for some support here at about $35, and Silver's been pretty strong here for the past couple of months, it looks like, and continues to push higher. So look for maybe the pullback consolidation and then retest of that $37 area. Okay. Next up is our Dow, and the Dow also is pushing higher, like the S&P and the rest of them. So it looks like it wants to go back and retest this previous high up here as well. So keep an eye on the Dow and see how it continues to move. Even with you know, the everything that's been going on, the market still seems to be going higher. I heard somebody mention the fact that the Feds are pumping money back into the system, so I don't know if there's truth to that or not. Nobody's really talking about it, but I know the markets are still going higher, so I guess we'll find out eventually what's really going on. Next up is the corn, and corn continues to sell off and trying to find the bottom. Alright, so keep an eye on corn futures. Next up is I wanted to show you, because I was looking at the Bitcoin chart and trying to get an indication if it's going to continue to sell off or not, and then I was comparing it to Grayscale, and if I can find Grayscale now, there you are. Grayscale's kind of doing the same thing, lower lows, lower highs. Got a little gap up right here, so we need to close that window. Okay, so keep an eye on those. I still feel as if Bitcoin is going to continue to sell off, but you know, there's a lot of hype around Bitcoin right now, so maybe it won't. But I know we're just within this range here, retesting this high here, and now we may be coming back down here to retest this low. So keep an eye on it and act accordingly. If you're looking for a way to trade Bitcoin, there's BITI. This particular stock right here, and that's the ProShare Short Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so that's a way of shorting Bitcoin without selling your Bitcoin. Alright, so that's all I got for you right now. I just wanted to kind of run down our major stocks, and everything looks like it's up except for our Bitcoin, our gold, and our oil. Silver looks like it's just doing a nice little pullback in order to go back higher. Nat gas is kind of reacting the same way as oil, and corn just is not really its season. I think we're gonna get more corn to probably find a bottom late June, early July, and then maybe start moving up higher into August. All right. But Chipotle is finally starting to show some promise. GameStop, of course, is back and forth. I think it's, from what I understand, they've been buying up a lot of Bitcoin and whatnot. So, and that's a huge window that it opens. So we're going to probably reconcile this window at some point, close it, and either go and continue higher or going to go back lower. What else? Who else? Oh, the short on O'Reilly. Should be short in that one because of the it did a split recently. So O'Reilly's recent split. Most likely they're going to ring the register on that and take it lower. Nice big red bar here wiping out this one here and part of this one, so we'll see if it continues to sell and continue to sell or find a bottom and go back and retest its high of 97. But they did a 15-to-1 split on the 10th, so I believe it's going to at some point continue to sell off and then find a bottom probably down around $70 or $60 or so, and then maybe start to head back higher. But we'll see how that works out on a rally. But definitely, my opinion, a shorting opportunity on a rally. Tesla has been doing pretty good. TSLL, if you want to do the cheaper ETF of Tesla, is TSLL. You can take that one and buy a lot of Tesla without actually paying the $300 and something for per share. I think right now it's $340 a share on Tesla. So you can kind of be loading up on that one at a cheaper price if you buy the TSLL. Okay, and this one this one moves pretty much like the regular stock. If you look at the chart, they almost mirror each other. So in fact, I think they do mirror each other. So that's all I really got. I got this nice little sleeper here. I like to call it wing stock. It's quietly, nobody talks about it, but it quietly pushes higher and higher, and then put in this nice little J-hook pattern too. So yeah, Wingstop is a monster that they never talk about that monster though. They probably won't talk about it until it gets really, really up there where you can't afford it, and they'll start telling you about it just before they pull the plug. I think that's all I got for you right now. I thought I had some more, but for the most part, I just really wanted to talk about the Bitcoin that I was looking at, but and then also talk about the other major stocks, and so far everything, technically, the way everything else is looking, it's almost, buy the dip in the stock market right now, because so far everything is like it's just going to continue to run higher. Alright, so that's all I got for you right now. I think that that you just got to be nimble and be ready just in case that they pull the plug on you. A lot of the after hour stuff is happening again, so you wake up in the morning and you're down a few points or so. So yeah, you just have to kind of be careful from day to day, and be careful with your risk on, and make sure you got your stops in. Alright, so that's all I got for you right now. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, be careful out there. These markets are crazy.